Cape York. Remote, rugged, and unlike anywhere else in Australia. A place where bikes get pushed and nothing comes easy. Water crossings, sand, mud, corrugations, bulldust. If there's anywhere to properly test a motorcycle, it's here. And that's why we're here. The Stark Varg EX landed in Australia in May 2025. The first real electric enduro bike trying to change the game. Stark Future isn't involved in this video. I just wanted to see what this thing can actually do. A mate at Sun City Yamaha Townsville gave me the Varg as a demo just to try it out, and I asked, can I take it to Cape York? Their words, send it. So we're taking it north, not to a racetrack, not to a controlled test environment, but to Cape York, the toughest proving ground we could think of. Can an electric bike take it on and finish the trip intact? We're about to find out. Alright, so here's the plan. We're going to do a normal tour route from Port Douglas to Cape York via CREB Track, Starcke Track, Frenchman's Track and the Old Telegraph Track. The battery doesn't have the range to do the full 1400 kilometres, but we do have a plan to get it out to each track to complete each one.
This is going to be called the Tow Your Boss Tour, I reckon.
Just a quick disclaimer on towing. Motorcycle towing is dangerous and we do not advise or recommend it. Corey and I are both experienced in towing as we regularly recover bikes out of the Cape York tracks. The strap is just sitting under my foot, so if anything happens to the rider in front, I can release my bike.
Electric journey! Yeah mate, let's fill her up, eh?
Alright, the CREB Track. Today is about 180 kilometres long. This is the first time I've ridden the Stark Varg EX, so I have no idea on the range we're going to get. So Corey's going to tow me out to the Daintree River crossing. From there I'll start the Stark up and I'll ride through the CREB Track, which goes through the oldest rainforest in the world. I'll keep riding until I either get to camp or run out of battery, and if I run out, Corey can tow me into camp. Let's see how we go.
Oh, the first tow's complete. We've made it to the start of CREB Track. How bloody good. The big electric motor's going to fire up and we're going to tackle the CREB. Alright, so this is the first challenge. This is CREB Track. This is the Daintree River, home of the saltwater crocodile. Normally you have to ride an arc where these fellas are going around here. We're going to send the Stark straight through the middle. Hopefully
Absolutely.
It's deep enough to water over the top. It'll be a bit of fun. Alright, here we go. I've got no idea how deep it is here. Normally go in a big arc. Oh, I'm going in. I'm going in. Well, that's pretty deep. Maybe I can go even deeper. Holy hell. Well, you can't do that on the 500. How good was that? Straight through the middle. Have I got any water in my airbox? Hey?
It was just about level with the sea. It was like up here.
Yeah. Alright, CREB Track on the Starcke. How weird is this? This has got to be the strangest feeling ever. I've got my regen turned off to save battery,
So what is regen? Thanks for asking. So regen is a term I'm going to use a lot in this video, and it stands for regenerative braking. There's 5 different power modes on the Stark, which change through this toggle switch on the left hand of the handlebar. So for this trip, I've got map 1 set to 50 horsepower with 0 regenerative braking. Now for the type of riding I'm doing, we'll actually use a whole lot less battery with this on 0, because if you have this cranked up,
what'll happen is every time you drop the throttle or try and coast, it'll slow the bike down and you'll need an equal amount of throttle to speed it back up. So it'll actually work against us. So we've got that set to 0. So that also means 0 engine braking. When you have this turned up, the rear wheel will spin the electric motor and it'll act like a generator. And it'll generate electricity, but you have to use it in certain circumstances to make that a positive thing. If in racing applications, it makes sense to have that turned up because you're mainly either on the throttle or on the brakes, and you may actually end up in a surplus under that circumstance. How I'm using it is whenever I get towed by Corey or I'm going down a big hill, I'll actually flick it using the toggle switch, which you can do on the fly. I'll use this to hit it into a mode with more regenerative braking. So when Corey hooks me up to tow, when I've run out of battery, I'll flick this into map 3 with 60% regen. When I'm down a hill getting towed, I'll flick it into 70, so on and so forth. So that's how it works.
I'm just going to try and ride it like a mountain bike and hold one constant speed instead of dropping on and off. Try not to spin the wheel. Keep going for my rear brake. It actually just feels like you're riding a big mountain bike through it. It's 120 kilos, but it feels actually just like a mountain bike. It's super weird not to have engine braking. So my key is save the battery is the theme. Slowly getting used to the rear brake on the left hand. Feels so cool to hear everything, especially in the middle of this beautiful old rainforest. I can hear the bloody cicadas and everything. Still getting used to the suspension. It's got the KYB stuff in it. Feels really, really plush. But it's pretty soft, I think. Here's one of the 500s now. They won't know what's come around them. They'll be like, what the hell is that? Is that a UFO? The silent ninja. We'll get on this weird horn. Got this funny horn ready. It sounds like a baseball foul or something. You press it. Ready? Oh, this is the fucking best thing ever. Sorry to swear, but there's no other explanation for it. Whatever you think of electric vehicles, though, just get it out of your head and try one. It's insane. It is insane. Still not used to this rear brake. It's more how you push on your, used to pushing on your pegs or your foot on the rear brake, I reckon. suspension's actually really nice. It does bottom out though. A fair bit easier than my bike. I think it's more made for lower speed, flush riding the suspension. Like you don't feel any of that little stuff at all. The landing is a bit how you're going. We'll go right through this bit again, eh?
First impressions of it on the dirt, what do you reckon?
It's like the best thing I've ever ridden times 10.
That's a big statement.
Yeah?
Wow. That's a huge statement. Best thing you've
What's the
ever
weight like? Is it heavy? or
It's
what?
insane. It feels like you're riding a mountain bike. Show everyone what my horn sounds like before we take off.
You never
Can you hear that?
was not expecting that. Sound like a video game.
You'll hear that, won't you, Bill?
Fucking barely.
Alright. You're... It's so tempting to get on the throttle, but I'm trying to save bloody battery. Don't smash my headlight over the door. Definitely going to flatten this battery riding behind Bill. Oh, it's so tempting to hit this. I don't want to waste my battery, Bill. Is Bill going to take me back? The Stark versus the 500 up the hill. Here we go. Electric or motor? Oh, the electric's going. Wow, I nearly got bounced off. Oh, easy, Bill. I'm going to drain my battery doing this, but it's fun. Electric or petrol? Who's gonna win? I can hear him. Oh, off he goes. He's gone. Oh, he let me pass. He let me pass. You let him have the win.
You don't get the problem, you don't get petrol all over your balls.
Oh shit. Alright, we're just over halfway through CREB now. I've really backed it off. Can hear Corey behind me, the sweep rider. We're going, hurry up, Joe. I'm just nursing the battery now while we're on a descent from the top. So with the CREB Track you climb. First up you're just climbing. Second half you're obviously going back down. I'm down to, I'm at 67% and I'm over halfway. That's pretty awesome. I think I'm going to make it. The best thing about these things is a downhill. It just feels like a mountain bike. Using no battery on this stuff. Zigzag, look at them. And the mighty electric just blasts through. Fucking ridiculous. Probably at the end of the track. 137% battery. I'll just crank my regen up to 50%. See if I'll get a charge down this hill. Jesus, it slows it down a lot. The key is to not touch your brakes too much and let it generate. Probably could have gone harder on the setting even. Using too much brakes.
Finished CREB Track.
You did it all on one battery, eh?
36% left.
What a legend.
Will we make it to camp?
No.
Not with that attitude.
Oh, sorry. Sorry for being so pessimistic.
See what we can do.
Here we go.
I've figured out why my speedo's out too. The speedo wire goes to your counter shaft. So because I've changed the gearing and a different profile rear tyre, it's totally out. There you go. So all my K's and everything for the day won't be right. I'm tracking my K's and my Garmin. I wonder if there's a way to recalibrate that. Alright, well we made it. We're up to 75 Ks. We just finished CREB Track. And I've got 33% of battery left. So we might get 100 Ks out of this, 115 Ks. I think I'm gonna change the front sprocket to a 15 because it doesn't really sit nice at 80 yet, 80 or 90. You can tell there's a sweet spot where you don't have to rev it much and it just sits there with the tiniest bit of throttle. And I reckon a 15 will fix that and we'll get even more out of it. I reckon we'll get 120 tomorrow. So yeah, CREB Track done, 33% left.
Hell yeah.
I'm on 0% now, and it's still going. weekend. And seeing if we can get this battery charged on the road. We've made it about 10 k's out of camp. CREB Track. Look, the battery's going up. It's gone from 0 to 1 in fuck all. Hey! How good's this? The KTM 500 generator. It's gone up another percent. This is easy going. How good's this? Well, we've regened it behind the 500. I got 5% back, and we've got 4 k's to camp. So for the whole thing, I've done 5 k's of regen. I set the regen to 60. And Corey reckons it was pretty hard on the 500. So next time we might try 40 or 50% on the regen setting. It'll take a bit longer than it might. Yeah! We've made it to the line then. Yeah! Yeah! We made it!
Still running.
Yeah, I charged it off. We did the regen thing. It worked. How good's that?
How far did you sell it and how much percent did it give you?
We got 1% per kilometre.
Is that at
We got it back up to 5.
Is that at 60%?
Yeah.
Like, it literally was like having an anchor on. I couldn't even put it in top gear. It was 80 k's an hour in whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah, I could smell his bike. Yeah!
Oh, now you want to go far.
Where's the PowerPoints?
Right there, wait, right there. Look, in the box.
Alright, to get from the Lion's Den Hotel out to Starcke Track, it's about a 160 kilometre commute. So I've loaded the Stark Varg up on the trailer and we'll be trucking it out to the start of the track. Alright, we've got about 400 k's to peel off today. Obviously the battery's not going to do 400 k's, so to get it out to these tracks we're doing a combination of things. We're putting her on the back of the truck like we are now. Big Lee here, living his best life in the chair of comfort and aircon.
Counting kilometres at the moment. Look at this guy here trying to ruin our day.
Oh, stay out of the way. There's the big fully charged Varg on the Isuzu cam. So yeah, we've got about 120 k's to get out at the start of Starcke Track. Lee's going to take us about 60 k's out to where the bikes are going to meet us, and then Corey's going to tow me the other 60 k's to the start of Starcke Track, so that'll give us the best chance to make the whole track. So why am I doing this? The simple answer, I don't need to, I want to. I love my KTM 500, I love internal combustion, the sound, the character, the whole experience. That'll never get old for me. I'm not here trying to switch sides, convert anyone, or push a cause. This ride isn't about saving the world, or tracking emissions, or proving that electric is better than petrol. None of that. This is about performance, about curiosity, about pushing a new machine into real adventure. To me, the Stark Varg feels like the Model T of electric dirt bikes. The first step in something much bigger. Not the peak, the beginning. And I want to be here for that beginning, to see where this technology fits in the off-road world we love, to learn what works, what doesn't, and what the future might look like. If it crushes it, awesome. If it struggles, that's part of the story. Either way, it's history in the making. I'm not an electric guy, I'm just a motorcycle guy. And motorcycles are headed somewhere new, so I'm coming along for the ride.
Starcke Track. This is probably the remote area. Get on the trip up to take you off, it's such a long way.
Okay, we're now at the start of the Starcke Track. The track's actually only about 60 kilometres long. However, it is all bulldust and sand, so it's going to use a huge amount of power. We know we can get around 100 kilometres range on this thing now, so the trick here is going to be to use minimum throttle and stay off the sand and bulldust and keep it on the firm stuff to give us any sort of chance at making the whole track.
We're here at the start of Starcke Track. 68 Ks we've got to go. Bulldust, all that stuff, you've seen it before. Rugged, remote. If it makes it through this, it's going to make it through anything. So, fingers crossed. Here we go.
Alright, we're going through the start of Starcke Track at the moment. Starcke Track on the start. Just trying to conserve my battery, not going too fast. So I'm feeling the bulldust is going to eat up my battery. We're just trying to avoid that sand and bulldust on it there. Just went past another tour company, they reckon it's more compacted at the moment. So hopefully the rain has compacted the sand and it doesn't grab my wheel as much. And from what I've heard, that drains the battery. But nothing else. Like this stuff here, I'll get off it right off the sand in the bush here. Get way more battery in there. I feel like all this sand and bulldust is gonna rob me battery. Just trying to keep it on that one speed without touching the throttle real. Only barely even a quarter of a throttle and get off the bulldust where I can. Like that. In between the trees and wherever I can to find hard ground. This is the friggin' bulldust. It's gonna kill my battery. Wish there was a way out of it somewhere here. It's a battery killer. You can hear it. Yeah, can I get away from it? Oh yes. Give me that smooth ground, you dog. Ah. Yeah, I just took like 2% of battery, that bulldust. I'm not gonna make it anywhere in this track. Fucking sand, taking all my power, robbing my battery. Give me some hard pack to give my battery a break. I could just like glide through it, but I wish I could hold the power on. You wouldn't even feel, you just float on top of it. 84%. I'm chewing through it. Oh, get me out of this fucking sand! It's robbing me power. You don't realise how soft and sandy this track is until you're trying to save your power. On the 500 you just got it ripped on the whole time. You don't want to go too slow because you won't stay on top of it either. Well, where has he gone? What are these like? Some sort of cheeky fucking, I don't know what. Oh, fuck off, Stan. Oh, hard pack, yeah. Roll, you good thing. Roll. Oh, give me that hard pack. Now we're saving some bloody kilowatts. Good, yeah? 81. I was fucking like quarter throttle, just like going so slow. Every time I got to that sand, like the wheels just, I'm like, oh no, no. Look at this thing here. There's no business being here, but it's here on its way to the Cape. 82% battery left, which means we might bloody make it. So off we go to try and do the next bit. I'd love to be open the throttle up in the sand. They just sit on top of the sand like a two-stroke, but better. Still can't get over how good the suspension is in this. I reckon if Stark made one of these with a engine in it, like a combustion engine, sell like hotcakes. If they could make it like handle and have the geometry and the suspension and everything of this thing. All I can think of is how good it would be with like a 500 engine in it. It'd be perfect. Or a massive battery, one of the two. Ah! Fucking tree got me on the hand. save a few kilowatts in the bush. The silent ninja makes his way to the Cape. Not a noise to be heard. Far out, I'm using the battery. I've used like 5% of battery since I left that creek. That's bullshit. I want this suspension in my bike. I've spent so much money on my suspension and the cone belts and the tracks and all that, and this is like way better, but you can't feel anything. I'll tell you what, this makes light work of riding. You don't get buggered, like, at all. Not one bit. Still haven't used any more than quarter of a throttle. Just trying to keep it on as much as I can. Take that battery. Get out of that sand. Oh, more bloody sand. Find the hard patches. Not setting any records here, but keeping a nice flow. That's how you gotta ride these to get most out of them. Still fun. I'd love to bloody get on it though, I'll tell you what. I'd love to let her rip. Someone come up with a new battery technology. Please. Come on, Elon. What are you doing? Surely you got a better battery in your mum. Better technology. So bizarre. Hearing your tyres and everything. I don't think I'll ever get over that. Even just hearing myself talk now. Usually I can't even hear myself talk. %69 battery, oh gosh, I think we're in trouble. It's a long, long way to go. You can do it, come on. You can do it. It's actually a pretty fun little challenge, seeing how fast you can go on quarter throttle. How much you can keep it rolling without touching the brakes to try and save the battery. feel like a little kid on your pushy back in the day. That's exactly what it feels like. It makes you feel like a kid. There's not too much drag in this bulldust. It's a lot fluffier. Can't really feel the drag like the other bulldust, which is great. I reckon we're going to make it. 55% battery. You can ride through this so much quicker and easier on this than an engine bike. Like, it's just freaking ridiculous. This bulldust, normally you're just fighting it. This thing, you can point it wherever you want. It just goes there and you can't even feel it. But you're sitting on top of it. 52%, and I think we're done with most of this. Got the worst of this bulldust shit. Oh, sand. This is probably going to be the worst of the sand here. Even the 500 bogs down in that. Trying not to use the throttle. Watching the battery go down. Ah. Go, you good thing. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Fuck yeah. Oh yes, we made it. We made it to the lookout. Oh, can't believe it. 24% battery left. For anyone that's ridden Starcke before, this is the final hill. There's still 10 k's after this hill, but once you're here, you're pretty well home and hosed. You've got enough battery to get out that last 10 k's. Still, this is the last hill that's going to rob a fair bit of battery power. You can already feel it. 23%. Oh, yes. Oh. We made it to the top of Starcke. Yes. How good is that? 23% left. Here we are. Well done. Well done, buddy. We made it. Who would have thought? Who would have thought to see a Stark Varg electric dirt bike sitting on top of this hill? I would have never. Wouldn't believe it if you told me.
Alright, we've got about 280 kilometres to peel off today, so the Varg is going on the trailer and it's going to get trucked up to the Wenlock River on the way to the Frenchman's Track. Corey will then tow me to the Frenchman's Track. That way I'll have ample battery to get through and all the way up to Moreton Telegraph Station. From Moreton Telegraph Station, Corey will then need to tow me up to Bramwell Junction, which is the end of the day and the start of the Telly Track.
Oh, my lift has arrived.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good. Just need to go to...
Just call me the USS Tow Bar.
Just looking for a ride to Frenchman's Track.
Wait for a mate?
Yeah.
I'll give you a ride, mate. Any day, every day.
Thanks, bros. Hook me up. Literally. Hook me up.
Where did I put my...
Frenchman's Track, here we are. The tow rope will get removed.
Your tow service has ended for today, sir?
We're there.
We're there.
Here we are at the start of Frenchman's Track. We've got the mighty Stark Varg here. It's about 60 to 70 k's long, and we've got that big Pasco river crossing, which I'm going to ride it through. I don't know how high it's going to be, hopefully up over here. But something I've always wanted to do is ride it through Pasco, so yeah, I reckon this will be sick for this one, and I reckon it'll make it easy. We'll see.
Starkey on the Frenchman track. How cool is this? What a strange feeling. We're about to hit the Pasco River, which is the one I've always wanted to ride it through. To the Pasco. This is going to be fun. Here we are. Oh, how weird. Oh, she's not a problem. Yeah, weird. Let's have a look at what we're dealing with. 87%. Well, I don't know.
13 just on that bit there.
We've still got a bit of track to go. I don't know if I'll make it.
Hey, Steve-O.
I keep saying that though, and we keep making it.
Film me coming up this. We're trying at least.
There's more sand on this one though.
The Stark will fucking do this. Throw that thing in reverse, do it backwards.
Do it in reverse. Do it in reverse, you reckon? It spins a bit though,
Well, yeah, that
because
torque.
there's no clutch.
Turn the, that's why you need a different map. You can throw a fucking Trails bike map on it.
She'll be right. One thing I've noticed about the bargain sand, it doesn't affect it at all. Like, well, I don't mean, you know, in sand how I can grab your front wheel and like move it around like that. This, the best way I can describe it, it's like riding a two-stroke on steroids. See how the two-strokes sit on top? Don't sort of dig in, get into the sand. What it's like. Like you feel absolutely no need for a steering damper at all. So weird. He doesn't even know I'm here. Don't even need to check the depth on this one. It's right in. going for the overtaking lane. Chilling the battery now. See that drop bottom down hard there. That's Frenchman's track done. 20% left. Ooh, that's been the highest power usage. It's been the highest power usage you'll see. Junction. Final toe. The Old Telegraph Track tomorrow. Okay, my favourite track, the Old Telegraph Track. It's around 130 kilometres in total, so we're not going to make it on range. What we're going to do is go and do some of the southern section, take the bike back to Bramwell Junction, charge it, truck it up to Fruitbat Falls, and then do the northern section. Then we'll continue on up to the Jardine Ferry and then tow it from just north of the Jardine Ferry up to Punsan Bay. Telegraph. Woohoo! That's better. 99%. And off we go into the northern Telly section. I think I can afford to burn a bit of juice today because I only have really had 30 something K. I still want a bit of decent power for Nolans Brook in case I need a few attempts. I'd normally go down this creek that way, but might try this way, which is a bit deeper. You can't normally ride through this bit. Probably at this time of the year it won't be deep, but let's have a look. Oh, it's pretty decent. Bit of sand. Digging a hole in the sand. Friend from America. Riding a wide game here. Another deep sandy creek perhaps. Oh, looks like someone's just driven through it. Or ridden through it. I'll get Corey to film just in case it's good. Alright, another creek crossing where we usually have to hug this wall completely on the right hand side. It's pretty deep here, it's sandy, and when you go slow in the sand on this it just digs a big hole, so I think I've got to hit it a bit harder than what I did before. Hopefully it just doesn't dig a hole on me.
That's everybody, Bill. Man, I fucked up, Bill. That's my fault. Oh, no, hey, Bill, I'm normally last. I've never done it.
That was deep.
Hey, I'm always last, that was deep.
Well, this is Cannibal Creek. I normally go down that hill. You can never ever ride through this way. So there she goes. Whoa dear. Alright, never go through this bit. Sometimes you go across there, but normally we jump over there. So we'll try straight through. Sandy on the bottom. I better put it into gear. Oh, not too bad. Well, off we go to Nolans Brook. One route to Nolans Brook in the last cool sand run. Well, there we are. Here we bloody are. At the brook. Alright, so I ended up on Nolans Brook 62%. I'm about to do the island. Put a bit of regen braking on to try and slap the nose into it, like my 500 does. When the island now, you got to hit your nose on it. I wouldn't be lying. If I wasn't saying I was nervous. Probably tell by the way I'm talking. All good, Joe? Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Failed. Did the wheel spin on the top? Did it spin up there? Up on the top? Yeah. Probably have to come in heaps faster, on this, because it spins too hard. That was my first attempt. On the 500 you can come in like so slow and just pop the clutch and it launches, but I just tried to use my throttle like the clutch, but it just spun on the bloody, on the ramp. I'm just going to have to try and hit it a bit faster. So the brook's done. Just conquered the descent. There's nothing it can't do. Is there anything this thing can't do? After Nolans Brook, we've got 6% battery left. We're on our way to the ferry. On our way to Punsan Bay. This is Phil. Oh, we've made it to the ferry. I've got 3% of battery left. And we made it. Oh. And it is pissing down. Yeah, the boys! We made it.
Excellent. How much to go?
3% of battery left. Well, I'm out of juice. It's time for the tow rope. On cue, there's my tower. Right on cue. You filled me in, you dog. Right. Hey mate, how are you? Good. The final leg to Punsan Bay. We've charged it up, doing regen towing. And it looks like we're going to be able to ride her into camp. How awesome. Well, here we are at our favourite place, Punsan Bay. We're nearly there. Moments from getting the first ever electric bike to the tip. She's made it to Punsan Bay, yes. Woohoo! We're there! We'll sneak in here like a silent ninja. Nobody will ever know we're even here. Yippee! We did the regen towing. Alright, the final day. It's a bit of a dark, stormy day, but the Varg is on its way to the most northern point of Australia. Getting out of Punsan Bay, go and do Roma flat, then up to the sign, and then she's made it. The first ever electric dirt bike to make it. Probably should have put some chain lube on. I can hear my chain. My non-O-ring lightweight chain squeaking away. I think she's a one-trip wonder, that chain. Heading through Roma Flat. On our way to the sign. On the electric steed of doom. Who would have thought she'd make it? It stood the test. Handled everything was thrown at it. Not one mechanical issue with it. Been underwater about 70,000 times. Riding in the dust, the dirt, the mud. Just riding by myself this morning, so I'm going to take it pretty easy. The guys have gone round the other way. So good to ride in the sand. Well, I've said it before, but it's like a two-stroke on steroids. You just don't get in the sand, it's just on top. And the front just cuts through it like knife through butter. It doesn't grab the front wheel, the sand on this. And because it's got the regen turned off, it keeps rolling. So when you let go of the throttle, the front end doesn't get all twitchy. You know the big 500, you got to keep the throttle on so your front doesn't dig in. But this, it doesn't really matter. You let off the throttle, it doesn't do anything. It is a different kind of riding style though. Don't find myself like braking or accelerating really hard. Just constantly trying to keep a flow. It's probably a good skill to learn for anyone. Nearly missed that one. People have been asking me what horsepower I've had this set to the trip. 50 horsepower. Had it set to for the whole trip, but I haven't needed a whisker more, and in fact 50 is even too much for me. Got way more than enough power. The 50 horsepower Regen Zero. Yeah, I've ridden it the whole trip. Please, if you're going to set it to some zero regen though, get used to it. Yeah! Here we go, the Varg, the Stark Varg, the first electric dirt bike to make it to the most northern point of Australia. We're nearly there. It's been through everything. There's 10,000 creek crossing, mud, dust. And she's nearly there. Hasn't broken down once. Loved every moment of it. Look, they're demolishing the old Tajinka resort. And here she is. It's made it. It's made it to the top. Here we go. It's made it to the very most northern point of Australia. And what is going on here? G'day! Bit of a shindig down here. Hey? This is the welcoming party. This is the greeting party for the electric bike. Is it? Just at campsites and stuff. Nah, just at campsites, you know, where they plug the caravans in or whatever. There she is. Can you believe it?
So why am I doing this? The simple answer, I don't need to. I want to. I love my KTM 500. I love internal combustion. The sound, the character, the whole experience. That'll never get old for me. I'm not here trying to switch sides, convert anyone, or push a cause. This ride isn't about saving the world, or tracking emissions, or proving that electric is better than petrol. None of that. This is about performance, about curiosity, about pushing a new machine into real adventure. To me, the Stark Varg feels like the Model T of electric dirt bikes. The first step in something much bigger. Not the peak, the beginning. And I want to be here for that beginning, to see where this technology fits in the off-road world we love, to learn what works, what doesn't, and what the future might look like. If it crushes it, awesome. If it struggles, that's part of the story. Either way, it's history in the making. I'm not an electric guy. I'm just a motorcycle guy. And motorcycles are headed somewhere new, so I'm coming along for the ride.